officially starting the show. How you guys feeling? You good? Yeah. Wow, what happened there? How you guys? Oh my God, it's a funeral.
Good start.
Oh my God. We're gonna drop right off into camera one. Going right into camera one in 3, 2, 1. We are live, and by live I mean we're live. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you for those watching at home. Hello. Sorry we're running a little bit late this evening. We have the fantastic Attached Outsiders with us this evening. You guys are awesome. I've been really looking forward to having this genre of music on. We do a lot of folk and country stuff here, but we haven't had like the alt version as much, alt music as much. Would you guys classify your music as alt music? Is that the...
Yeah, it's kind of weird, just like me.
Okay. There we go, yeah.
I think it's just a culmination of everything that I've gone to play and experience and love, and it's just comes out of me, and
it's
I
you.
enjoy it so much.
Awesome, yeah. Awesome. And then how many songs did you bring for us this evening?
We have 6 songs prepared.
Okay.
4 are about to release. Actually, the first one we're going to play will be released tomorrow on Spotify.
Ooh.
The next following 3 have not been released yet, and the last 2 have been released. They have done well, and they're my favorite songs thus far. So happy to play them here.
Awesome. And then what? Oh, I'm getting feedback suddenly. What was that? You guys hearing that? You guys getting feedback?
I think it's my mic.
Oh no. What's that? What is the? Oh, you know what it is? It's your chain on the microphone. I turn your mic head on so I could ask you a question. See, I'm trying to include you, and I'm already messing this up. I'm so sorry. Okay, so before we start, can we just do a quick introduction of everybody in the band? Carlos, obviously, I know you, JB, you were on the show earlier, and then you were new to the show. So can you just run through?
Yeah, so I'm Carlos. I'm from Eagle Pass, Texas. Moved to the Austin area in 21, and been here loving it ever since. To my right, we have Mr. John.
Hey, my name is John. I'm glad to be back here on Local Sets ATX. Helping out my good friend here, Carlos, with the Attached Outsiders. My stage name's JB Elwood, so I play music as well.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy. And then?
My name is Jake. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I moved to Houston in 2017 and been here since.
Hell yeah, Jake. Hell yeah. All right, I'm going to shut up. We're going to get to the first song. What's the name of the first song?
The first song is named Useless.
Useless.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Without further ado, Useless. Over to you guys whenever you are ready.
All right. Can y'all hear that? Don't tell me that it's useless. To not feel at all. 'Cause I am left here speechless, with no one to call. Lying in my bedroom all alone, with no place to go. Don't tell me that it's useless, because I'm giving it my all. The walls I built are beginning to fall down, but I bear it through it all to make myself somehow. Don't tell me that it's useless to burn it all down. The flames to me are pointless, like the life I had planned out. I'm trying tell you I lost myself in this world. I'm trying, I'm fighting, trying to figure all this out. Don't tell me that it's useless to not feel at all. The voices in my head tell me this instead. Don't tell me that it's useless. Don't tell me at all. Thank y'all.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Don't tell me that it's useless to burn it all down. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Don't tell me it's useless to burn it all down. What was that in reference to? That's a pretty serious lyric.
Man, I had a crazy dream one night, and it was just super weird. I don't remember dreams often, at all, hardly. But in that dream, everybody was me. Like, people driving around, people I was talking to, but they were all me, which is very weird. And they're like, nothing matters. And I was like, oh, okay. And I woke up just feeling so inspired by it, and, you know, it kind of just sat in my room, wrote a little bit, and, you know, I guess it's just me talking to me in that dream, and that's how the song came out.
That's incredible. So, what got you into the music world? Like, what made you want to be a music man?
Oh man, when I was in high school, you know, we didn't have a computer, but all my friends had MP3s and stuff, and I heard one album and I just got hooked. My neighbor, Roger, his dad played guitar, he played guitar, handed me a guitar, I just fell in love with it. And I was in a punk band throughout all of high school.
You were in a punk band?
Oh, I mean,
like how punk are we talking? Did you have a Mohawk punk band, or like what are we
I
talking
did
here?
for junior year. I tried to do
Yeah,
the
you
part.
did?
Oh yeah. I mean, we were listening to Blink and Green Day and, you know, all those pop punk bands, and we got to travel a lot. You know, we played the paper. It's now called the Paper Tiger. It used to be called the White Rabbit, and played shows, backyards, and I think I enjoyed being me on stage so much, like a little escape from me.
Okay.
And I mean, that was real fun. And then both my best friend Fernie and Roger, one went to college, one went to the military. It was just me, and I started writing, and I fell in love with the writing process, and I just haven't stopped ever since.
That's awesome, man. How long now, when you say you started writing, how long were you writing before you started to actually perform? Was that like you for a couple years and then you took stage? Like what was that process like?
So we wrote a little bit in the band together, but writing and what my process is, when I was about 18, and when I was 19, I started really performing acoustic shows and coffee shops and little bars here and there. And it just started growing and growing and growing. And I get to play with Jake, with our good friend Cole all the time. And I get to help out JB Elwood whenever he has studio work and stuff like that. So the world just keeps getting bigger in the music world.
That's great.
And I can't wait for it to get bigger.
Yeah,
So it's awesome.
That's awesome. And then get you guys in here too, John, JB Elwood, as you perform under. I think we talked about this when you were here, but you got involved in music pretty early on, correct?
Oh yeah, I mean, my first album was at 10 years old, Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. And I knew one day I wanted to be just like Slash.
There you go.
So that was my introduction to music.
Dude, where's the hat? You need the top hat and the
I
crazy
do.
skull,
I need to
right?
get that next.
There you go. There you go. And Jake, what about you, man? When did you decide to get into music? What was your epiphany?
So my dad played drums back in the day, and so when I was a little kid and to seeing him play drums in the basement was probably the gateway to that. And it's funny, during rehearsal you were jamming to Rush, and that's actually like the first music that I like inspired me as well to play drums. And so just started playing when I was 11, and actually my first drum set was my dad's. He kind of like passed it down to me, and I've been playing for 20 years now, and I like to play a bunch of everything, and it's been I do really like performing. I think more so than recording. There's something about just the unique experience of that, and I think that especially in today's music industry, the way it's set up is it's very easy for us now to have access to so much music at our fingertips, but that live performance is still, it comes at it's like it's valuable, and it's one of a kind, right? Like if you're going to see a band play, you're seeing them at that stage and point of their career and their life, what they're going through, performing their what they're passionate about. You can listen to the recordings whenever you want. Now, at least as far as we know, maybe streaming might change in the future, but where it's at now, think about, back in the day, you could listen to an opera, and that was the first and only time you'd ever hear that music played. Now, it's very cheap to listen to recorded music. Yep. And that's why, I think just the performance aspect of a live show is really unique to me.
Yeah, I encourage everyone. I got your Instagram and your Spotify, and I threw it in the description for everybody to go and follow. Please follow the artists on Spotify. It means more than you know. It's so incredibly valuable. A lot of the clubs and whatnot, they look at Spotify following before they book anybody. So it is really important that you guys do that for us and for the artists. It means a lot. There is something very magical about doing a live performance. It's not canned. It's like catching lightning in a bottle. It's only in the moment that it exists. It's kind of why I love doing this type of a show. It's a live performance that is never going to exist again. But we can capture it, which I absolutely love. So, and speaking of live performance, I'm going to zip it because you have 5 more songs that you brought for us. So what's the title of the 5th song that you have?
So this next one's called Running. That one will be released in about 3 months from now. The previous one will be released, Useless will be released tomorrow. Okay. This one's called Running. Okay. It's about running.
It's about running. All right, over to you. I'll zip it. Over to you guys for Running whenever you are ready.
And we were standing there, hoping that things would change, hoping that we would achieve our dream of building our own home. But time went on, so did the miles that kept us far. We tried to prove it to everyone, we could do it if we believe. Are you just running, 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 running from the start, where you left my broken heart, where you finally walked through that door? And now we're running, 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 running from the end, where we both could have been, where we both could have been. And now I'm laying here, wishing I could just disappear, wishing I was gone from everyone who actually cared for me. And you were standing there, not looking back on what we had, not turning back on what was left, on everything that we built. And now I'm running, 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 running from your heart, going back to the start, before I made all of my mistakes. And now we're running, running far apart, leaving me at the part where you decided to leave. Whoa, whoa, where you decided to leave. And now we're running far apart, looking back to the start where you decided to leave. Thank y'all.
Hell yeah. Dude, that's a great song. Holy shit, that's a phenomenal song, man.
Thank you.
What a great hook to that. It's just standing there hoping things would change.
Yeah.
Well, we got a plane overhead. I'm so sorry. I haven't been able to convince the Austin airport to stop flying planes yet. I don't know. They won't.
Yeah, I sent them a couple emails too. They never
I know.
responded.
They're such jerks. People need to fly or whatever. I don't know. I thought this was
My
more important.
flight's delayed. Boo-hoo.
What standing there hoping things would change? That's right out of the gate, man. What was that in reference to?
Yeah, you know, it's about the whole song kind of tells to when love stops. You know, you wish that never happened. So at the moment, you wish things would change for the better, and now we're just running around trying to figure out what went wrong, what went right. We're going back to the start. We're going to the end, but we're here now. So we're hoping things change right now. We're just standing there hoping things would change right now, and they didn't.
Okay.
So,
Was this something that was this taken from a personal point in your life of like something tragic, or was it just something you were writing about?
yeah, something recent. I want to say tragic, but something sad.
Okay, that's fair enough. I don't want to. We don't have to dig in more than that if you don't want to. If you don't want to share, I don't want to pry. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's interesting. At least to me, it's a lot. People go through a lot. Everyone thinks that they have struggle, and it's like the struggle they only have. Like the only people that experience it. But we all struggle with the same stuff. It doesn't matter what it is. Be surprised. So when I try to pull stories out of people, it's usually because it's like it's kind of nice to hear other people talk about something, especially if they're struggling. It's like, oh yeah, I dealt with that too, and it can help alleviate the heaviness of somebody else's heart. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, and you know, with the power of music, I mean, you hear the lyrics and stories, and you can relate to that, you know. And for a minute, I thought I was the only one in the world going through this, but it's like, oh no, you know, this happens, and it happens, and I'm blessed enough to be able to express and talk about these things through song, you know. So
And it was a great song, man. Legitimately. You also had another thing I wrote down: "Running from Your Heart."
yeah,
That was also pretty heavy. What was that in reference to?
yeah. So and the whole ordeal, you know, you're running from the start to the beginning. Are you running away from something, running to something? And running away from someone's heart is kind of a big deal,
Yeah.
you know, especially as a heart you cared for a long time. So that's where that lyric comes from.
That's heavy, man.
Yeah.
It's heavy, especially if you're running from somebody that you care about. It's like they're hurting you. It's like that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's,
There has to be a reason
yeah.
behind that.
We're gonna pick it up. We're not gonna just do depressing. I promise. There's gonna be more than just sad stuff. This like, you have a third song for us this evening that you brought.
Yes, this song's called Crowded Room.
Crowded Room. Okay.
Crowded Room.
Is there anything you want us to know about Crowded Room before we start?
Crowded room is when you're in a crowded room, and I don't know, this happens to just me or everybody. Hopefully y'all can relate. But you just feel like you're there by yourself, you know. And sometimes it happens to me more often than not. Maybe I'm stuck in my own head too much, but it talks about being in a crowded room, just feeling alone, and why it's so hard being where you are right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's deep too, man. That's awesome. All right, over to you guys for a Crowded Room whenever you are ready.
Awesome. tired of all these people saying that I'm alright. I'm sick and tired of all these lights that lead me nowhere at night. Don't stop the music, don't stop the sounds. Let the drums keep beating while I start screaming. I don't know why I'm alone in this crowded room. And do I feel like a ghost when I'm without you? And why is it so hard just to be right where we are? Oh, I feel like a ghost when I'm without you. I'm without you. Give me some time, give me some time and space. I just need to get out of this place. Throw me a lighter, give me a smoke or two. I just need to get out of this room. So don't stop the music, don't stop the sounds. Let the bass drown me out. I don't know why I'm alone in this crowded room. And do I feel like a ghost when I'm without you? And why is it so hard just to be right where we are? Oh, I feel like a ghost when I'm without you. I'm without you. Thank you.
Hell yeah, man, dude! Your music's it's really good. You have like a legit commercially viable sound. It's awesome music.
Thanks,
This
man.
is like
Appreciate
stuff
it.
I like grew up with. I'm a little older than most people, but this is like stuff that I with like when you mentioned Blink and whatnot. Like this is like Taking Back Sunday, Blink. This is dope, dude.
I listened to Louder Now on the way back from Houston yesterday, the whole track. The album. I love that album, man.
Oh my God, it's awesome, man.
Thank you.
You mentioned a lyric in there. You feel like a ghost without you. That's what was that in reference to? It sounded like more like a love song than it might have been a song about isolation when in a room full of crowded people.
Yeah. So you know when with your person, kind of feel a little empty.
Yeah.
For us married folks out here, I'm not, but maybe somewhere you're like, man, I wish I was, not here in this crowded room,
I got it.
with your someone. I heard that lyric just to, because sometimes I did feel like that.
Okay.
Having the time of my life, but it's like, man, I wish I was with you,
Oh, it's
So-
beautiful, man.
So yeah, it's a little happy thing, not all sad. I promise. A little happy thing in there.
That's beautiful. What do you like? When we had JB on, we were chatting about this. Like, where do you draw inspiration from in your writing? Where do you draw inspiration from in your writing? Do you take it from the world around you? Is it just personal experience? Is it your pain, your suffering? What is it?
Oh man, I mean, it's a lot of personal experience for sure, because I feel like I can speak to it. But there's some stories that I've heard that I just like, man, I had a song back when I was doing like real folky stuff, called Cold Feet, Cold Hands. And I was hearing a story of this couple that, their whole had shoes on them. They would walk to buy whatever food they had. They were always cold, but they're always together. And they, beat that challenge together. And those are stories I take in. I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. I got to write about it. Yeah. These three I just played, I wrote these in the past 4 months. Of course, it's...
You just wrote these?
Hmm?
Oh, okay, wow. That's
from about March to now. 3 months, I guess.
Oh, that's great, man. Usually really good music, somebody's been milling over it for like years, and then they release it, and it's like, oh, this is no wonder it's so good. This is great. You really good music, man.
Thanks.
Your voice is dope too.
Thanks.
You got a killer voice, legit. You were singing, I was like, this is something. Yeah, I would hear this on the radio for sure. This is dope.
Thank you. But going back to your question too, I have this old typewriter from the 30s that was my grandparents gave it to my mom. Now I'm using it. I'm using that here right now. So
Oh, that's cool. With like the click clack, like the whole like a legit old school typewriter.
tactile feel, but you can't make mistakes. So it kind of just forces me to think a little harder.
That's cool, man.
I think sometimes,
Yeah.
and that's when I'm in the typewriter. I think a little harder with the words I want to put out. So I ponder for a few moments, like what's the next line going to be? What
That's
makes
very
sense?
cool. Yeah, you and Tom Hanks collect typewriters. Apparently, that's a thing. I just learned about. You guys know this about Tom Hanks? He apparently has a typewriter collection.
You got a friend.
Yeah, I just learned this the other day. He collects typewriters, and I was like, what an incredibly unique thing to collect. That's like collecting pipe organs. It's like, why that? But whatever. He's got a whole thing for typewriters, and now maybe that's why. Maybe it's the intention of writing.
Yeah, and I was talking to a coworker of mine, and he's been writing a book in one for years now.
About typewriters?
No, a book on a
okay.
typewriter.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
He was giving all these tips and tricks, make the ribbon last longer, use these pages.
Where do you even get ribbon for a typewriter these days? Is that
Amazon. I looked it
everything's
up.
on Amazon. Right.
They're like $10.
Everything's on Amazon.
It's all backstopped, though.
Everything is on Amazon. My God, Jeff Bezos, leave us alone.
Spaceships and typewriters.
Spaceships, I know, right? What an eclectic group of billionaires we have. Spaceships, typewriters, they're all going to the moon, electric cars, whatever. It's,
They're going to take their typewriters to the moon.
Hopefully they take themselves and just leave their money for us. All right, I will zip it. You have a fourth song. Oh, before I go any further, actually, I want to do a shout out to this earlier. Sarah, technically my little sister now because I got married, who also, by the way, is a metallurgist. She makes jewelry. She made my wedding ring. Very cool. She's a savage. Absolutely amazing. She finished 88th out of 741 people in a mountain race up in Colorado. And I just wanted to give her a shout out and say congratulations. It's absolutely amazing. It was the Leadville Trail Heavy Half. 15-mile mountain race, and she finished 88th, which is incredible out of 741 people. So kudos to you, Sarah. You're amazing. You're a source of inspiration constantly for me.
Man, I was just there 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
It's hard to breathe up there.
Were you in a mountain race as well, or did you just go?
We went. I'm the best man for my best friend's wedding.
Oh,
so
nice, man.
bachelor party, and we went to a little out of ways of Boulder to Colorado, George's Glacier.
Okay.
Halfway up, I was like,
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
"Where's my inhaler?"
Yeah,
it was in my pocket.
Okay.
but-
Oh, do you need an inhaler in real life? Is that a thing? or-
Sometimes,
Okay. All right. So
not
then,
all the time. So I'm blessed.
okay. So much harder then. I was making that as a joke because I feel like I need an inhaler when I'm there. It's just because I'm in terrible shape. All right. I will shut up. You have a fourth song. You have a fourth song for us this evening. What is the title of your fourth song you brought for us?
I haven't signed a title yet. It's gonna be Bottled Up or Ghost. Either of those two.
Bottled Up or Ghost? Do you want to poll the audience? We have a lot of people here that might want to weigh in on that. Do you
We
want to
got-
play the song first and then weigh in on the... Okay, I feel like that's the move.
trust you guys.
All right. And it was either bottled or ghost, is it?
Bottled up.
Oh,
or
bottled up or ghost.
Ghost.
This is why I have a notebook, because I've got goldfish brain and I forget everything. All right. Bottled up or ghost. Over to you whenever you are ready.
I gotta do a good job now. You guys gonna vote on this. This is the saddest one of the night, but the last sad one, I promise. Ghost haunting you all the time. How I miss my skin and bones, the way your hands held mine. Did you love him? Did you need him? Did you need him more than me? Was he graceful? Was he tasteful? Is his presence all you need? Was he stupid? Was he ruthless? Was he just like me? How I feel like a ghost with my halo on the ground. Heaven said I had to stay out because my heart has doubts. If you loved him, if you need him, why didn't you tell me? Was he graceful? Was he tasteful? Why couldn't that be me? Was I stupid? Was I ruthless? Yes, but that was just me. Just me being carried away from the sorrows that built my heart. Yeah, that was me, carried away from the sorrows that built my heart. Yeah, that was me. Did you love him? Carried away. Did you need him? From the sorrows that why didn't you tell me? Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me. Carried away from the sorrows that built my heart. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me. Carried away, letting everything get bottled up.
Yeah! Woo!
Thank you.
What a great song, man. The part where you guys were singing together there was awesome. How did you guys end up writing that? Was this something that you wrote by yourself and that you brought John in and you're like, hey, I want you to sing in this part, or is it something that just kind of happens in the studio when you guys are working on it? That was a great little like technical addition to the song, man. That really added a nice little pinch of zazz to it. Zazz is a technical term.
Yes.
Zazz.
So I had this song wrote on my typewriter, right? And I called John over. He helped me record the guitar over it. And we were thinking about the ending, and I couldn't figure out how to end it. So we're just bouncing off ideas. And in the track itself, it has 5 vocal tracks, all saying different things. There's oohs and ahs with reverb and just layer, and it's just chaotic to the very end.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish there was 3 different me's to make it all like orchestral, make it sound great. But good job, man. That sounded great. It was super fun.
It was beautiful. It was a very awesome sound. You also had a lyric in there. Did you love him? Did you need him more than me? That was pretty heavy. It felt like it's just like someone tossed you off to the side. It didn't really mean something to them. That was kind of intense. Can I ask you about that?
Yeah. So, Ghost, right? It's
or bottled up, whatever. We haven't decided as an audience yet what it's going to be.
I jumped the gun there, definitely. So it was how I was feeling when, you compare yourself to others. Sometimes you feel empty.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in my experience, in that situation, I felt like, why couldn't that be me? And you compare yourself to others. Was he graceful? Was he tasteful? Positive things. Was he stupid? Was he ruthless? Negative things. But either way, why couldn't that be me? So it feels like, it talks about like, well, why couldn't, I feel like a ghost. I feel empty because I'm trying to compare myself to that other person.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Well, you can't compare yourself to other people. You can be the best version of you, but you can't be the best version of like John, for example. It's not possible. John has to be the best version of John.
I don't
Jake
know.
has to be the best version of Jake.
I'm not sure. But definitely one thing I learned is, compare yourself to who you were yesterday.
Yeah.
That's a battle you'll always win.
Yeah,
So
100%. Compete with yourself. Don't compete with the world around you. Like everyone has their own talents and gifts, and that's a real thing. And if you can constantly compare yourself to other people, you'll find yourself in a place of misery. Be happy with the person that you are. Everybody, I truly believe this has a very unique gift or gifts that they've been given. They just might not be aware of them yet because they haven't explored it. But you have to find out what those things are, and then you just pursue those things, and then that becomes your unfair competitive advantage in life. But don't compare yourself to other people, because that's a place of misery, and that I don't want anybody to be there.
Yeah, I know. Did you just hear the song?
Are you not listening, man? I just sang about it. Come on. That's a beautiful song, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. We have 2 more songs. This always goes too quick, man. It always goes too quick.
I was about to say we gotta do the poll.
Oh yeah, what am I saying? Thank you. This is why.
Very important.
This is my better half, and why she's here is to keep my brain intact. Because if I wasn't, I'd be so screwed in life without you. What is the name supposed to be? I guess. Do we do a show of hands for Bottled Up? Do we do a show? Is that?
One by one.
Ooh, I like it. Let's do one by one. That was a very good idea, John. Very good idea. All right, one by one. We're gonna start at the end. Bottled Up or Ghost?
I like Ghost.
Ghost? Okay.
Can I nominate something else?
Oh, that's a curveball. You want to nominate something else? Let's hear it. What is it?
That was me.
That was me?
That's
Ooh.
brilliant. We got 3 options now, guys.
That was me. Okay. That's
That was me.
I was gonna go Ghost, but I like that one.
So we
Okay.
got three. That was me. Okay.
okay. Buddy, inside you? I'll go Bottled Up? Okay. Okay. Bottled Up.
I like Ghost.
Ghost? Okay.
Same Ghost.
Ghost? Okay. Joe, you moved on me, so I can't ask you now. You're across the room. What about you? Ghost? All right.
I was going to offer up Haunt.
Haunt?
I really like That Was Me because that takes care of it. So Ghost or That Was Me.
Ooh,
I have 2 votes.
Okay, you have 2 votes. You can't do that. You're gonna throw a gear in these a wrench in these gears. I'll give you 2 votes. Okay.
Okay, I like both of the new ones, but I also like Ghost.
Ghost and both of the new ones. Okay, there's a whole bunch. And then We have 3 votes from this person. This is great. This is amazing. What about you, ma'am?
I feel like for literary value, Bottled Up, it really packs a punch because
Bottled Up packs a
you don't
punch.
really get it until the end. You gotta pay attention.
Okay.
And wait, where is he bottled up? But for commercial value, like when you're famous and people are searching on Spotify, like what is that one song? Oh yeah, Ghost.
Ooh, that's a good point. Searchable by Ghost when you're super famous, which is going to happen.
That's a good point.
It's legit. You got it, man. You got something very special. Your voice, your music. It's a thing. It's a thing. Sir?
Well, I don't know what the count is, so I don't know if I want to be the tiebreaker or not. And I don't know anything about songwriting, so I'm not sure what a hook is, but I heard That Was Me several times, and I like the way that sounds, so I'm going to go with That Was Me.
That was me. Okay, I think that was me actually. See, a responsible host would have been tallying the entire time.
Yeah.
I am not, so I lost track of what it was. But I remember, I think I heard that was me more than anything else, if I'm not mistaken.
So I guess maybe that was me.
The band too.
Oh yeah, that's a valid point. You want to ask the band? Get out of here. Now, okay, what Jake? I guess that was me, Ghost, or Bottled Up.
Well, when he sent me the set list, it was called Ghost. So
It was called
I'm
Ghost.
gonna
You got
stick
this.
with Ghost.
Okay. All right.
Honestly, I like Ghost and That Was Me. That Was Me was a really good suggestion.
Okay.
Incredible.
Carlos.
I'm at their mercy.
All right. We have a lot to think about. What's that? I mean, I'm pretty sure we were at 7, but I have a tape that's doing this whole thing. A tape. What year is this? Where's my brain? I record this
Instant
on tape.
replay.
Instant replay.
Instant replay.
Yo, let's go back. You know what it is? I have like 3 mosquitoes under here that are just attacking my calves, and it's excruciating and super distracting. I'm pretty sure we had like 7 tallies for That Was Me, but I'll tell you at the very end of the show.
Great.
All right.
Thank you all, by the way.
Thank you very much. Round of applause for you guys. That was awesome. Thank you for your. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah. And she's like, and I'll take 50%. You'd fit in great in the music industry. All right, I will zip it. You have. That was 4, right? I gotta write this down. I told you, I have goldfish brain. It's horrible. Number 5 for this evening. What is the title of number 5?
It's called Maverick County.
Maverick County.
Yeah, where I grew up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
This one is kind of very Western, very yeehaw, gunslinging.
Okay.
You know, it's super fun. Hope you'll enjoy it.
All right. Awesome, man. Over to you for Maverick County whenever you are ready.
Out in old Maverick County, where it never gets cold, there are snakes in the desert, waiting to prey on your soul. Well, the Rio runs mighty, separates friend from friend, but they all get so jealous, so they all play pretend. How I wish that I would know this place that I called home, for the place it really is, place where you go sin. Oh, this place, it brings me shame, problems and bags of pain. How I wish that I would know that this place is cursed. you ever come back. Always have your gun. Head west from the sun. Oh, how I wish that I would know this place that I called home. For the place it really is, the place where you go sin. Oh, this place, it brings me shame, problems and bags of pain. How I wish that I would know that this place is cursed. This place is cursed. Whoa. This place is cursed, 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 cursed. This place is cursed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have to ask you because you said it so many times in the song. You said this place is cursed.
Oh yeah, it is.
Just a few times. Just a few times. This place is cursed. What do you mean that like in the sense of haunted or?
Plenty of haunted buildings for sure, but you can't really make anything out of yourself there.
Legit.
And
You like think it's like you're there. If you stay there, you're done.
I tried, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, I may have just gone bad luck, you know. And don't get me wrong, I like where I grew up. But as an adult, I wouldn't recommend anybody to go there to try to do something.
Wow. Okay. That is. Right.
Still love you, Eagle Pass. Hi. Good people there. Just opportunities are a little weird.
Those. Okay. So slim picking on opportunities, basically.
Slim picking. You gotta have the right last name. You know.
Ah. Okay. This is a little nepotism game there. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Okay. Man, that's everywhere though. Nepotism's a thing. It's like stagnant waters of life. It just breeds disease and mosquitoes that keep biting my legs right now. It's so freaking annoying. When did you live there for how long?
So I lived there for 20 years. Then I moved to West Texas to go to university. And, you know, growing up there, friends, small town, unaware of, right, many things. I loved it. When I came back, that's when like my eyes opened. Being away for a while, coming back, you're like, whoa! Like, it's impossible for me to do anything. And then in 21, that's when I moved to this area. And it's been nothing but amazing things happening here in Austin for me personally.
That's awesome, man.
And things like these, places I work, friends I make. I'm the luckiest man alive being here, to be honest. That's how I feel.
That's beautiful. I also love Austin, Texas. It's pretty great, minus the mosquitoes that are biting me right now. That's the only thing I don't like about Austin. But it's a pretty dope spot. There's an amazing amount of talent here. You guys are obviously some of those people. But we've had the show would never be. I couldn't do this anywhere else in the world. And I really don't. I truly believe that. There's such an amazing amount of talent here in the indie world. It's like almost impossible to describe. It's like everybody that comes on the show is like, it's, you know, JB included. It's like everyone has something very unique and gifted. You talk about being the luckiest man alive. I get to do this every Saturday, which is awesome. Selfishly for me, if I could brag about this a little bit, I really think I have like the coolest seat in the house every Saturday. This is incredible. And I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for guys like you, legitimately. And I can't thank you enough for sharing your music. And part of doing this is to hopefully we can build a platform to get your music into the world, get your voice into the world, and people can follow you. And then you don't need the nepotism games and the gatekeepers that ultimately, take everything for themselves and leave very little for the artist. And then it can just go right to you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for putting this on. I mean, things like these are amazing.
I love it, man. I love it. I love celebrating people. I love people. This is and speaking of people, I'm going to go to the audience because we have a 6th song coming up, and that's the end of the show, unfortunately. This always goes too quick. But I do want to know who's sitting in the audience, and you can know a lot about a person by their favorite flavor of ice cream. This is a real thing. And so we're going to go to you guys last. Jake, I'm going to start with you third to last, then JB. I think, John, we know your flavor of ice cream already. Might have changed, but we're going to come back to it. First and foremost, though, we're going to start with the man behind me right there, Mr. Joe White, who's, by the way, can I do another shout out? Joe is giving us his time tonight to take photos and help capture this for social media and to get this out into the world. Joe's the coolest mofo ever, dude. He's amazing. Please, if you guys could, if you need any photography in the world, Joe White Photography is the place to go. Like, Joe's the shit. I love this man. He's incredible. And his favorite flavor of ice cream is vanilla, which happens to be mine. That's what. See, Joe and I are kindled spirits. That was the right answer, Joe. That was beautiful. All right. What about you, buddy? Triple chocolate. Still triple chocolate. Okay, Miss. Pistachio. Also, that's a great flavor of ice cream. You can't go wrong with pistachio. Mint chocolate chip, very good in this Texas heat. I could do a mint chocolate chip right now. Mim?
Shout out to Reyes in St. Marcus.
Reyes in St. Marcus? Avocado coconut? That is some pro.
Downtown St. Marcus, Reyes ice cream.
Reyes ice cream, downtown San Marcos. Okay, that is. I have not had this, but this is on our bucket list officially. We have to coordinate on going down there. That sounds amazing. Pardon me, sir. Over to you. Eggnog ice cream. All right. Do you have eggnog with your eggnog ice cream?
I haven't yet, but now that you
That's like the first. Dude, this is filthy. I love eggnog in a way that's unhealthy. Like eggnog is one of my favorite things in the world. I will I will open it and just chug it right out. It's disgusting, and I can't believe I submitted that to the world. And she's shaking her head. She's like, "That's pretty gross." You're right. It's disgusting. You're right. I'm the problem here. I'm well aware. All right. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? Coffee. Oh, that's a pro move right there, ma'am. What about you? Coffee. Also, okay. You're not vanilla guy. Oh, very nice, very nice, buddy. What about yourself? Rocky Road. I always think of the Goonies every time I hear it. I love that movie. Dave? Still salted caramel. Okay. All right. It's hard to beat. Lovely wife? Still vanilla? I know the answer to that. Or?
Chocolate from Dan and Debbie's.
Oh, that's a good one.
I haven't called that out yet.
I know. Best ice cream you'll ever have in your life is chocolate ice cream from Dan and Debbie's in Solon, Iowa. Or Ely. It's in Ely. It's right next to Solon, Iowa. It's incredible. It's like eating clouds of chocolatey goodness. I don't understand how they do it. It's like chocolate, whatever the cream is they use, and then black magic. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like it's not of this world. It's crazy. It's so good. Jake, over to you. Favorite flavor of ice cream?
I'm gonna build off of his answer and say sea salt caramel.
Sea salt caramel. Also, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. John?
It'll never change. The darkest chocolate.
Darkest
possibly.
chocolate. Okay.
No, I don't like milk chocolate. It has to be very dark.
The
chocolate.
very dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, man of the hour, Carlos. What
I'm
is
with
it?
him. Rocky Road.
Rocky
All
Road?
the way.
Dude, I haven't had Rocky Road ice cream in so long. We gotta do this at some point. Rocky Road ice cream. And ice cream goes really well with cookies. And actually, shout out, I brought him back out. Amy from Amy's Edible Art made us some cookies, local sets ATX cookies. We have 3 of them left. And we're going to be eating them tonight with some ice cream. We're not going to be able to get down to San Marcos for it, but I would absolutely love to. Let me put that upside down. Thank you again, Amy. You're amazing. These cookies are delicious. All right, sixth song for this evening. What is number 6 going to be?
A 6th song's called Go.
Go?
It's Go.
Okay. Goat or go?
Go.
Go. Okay, sorry.
Go would be kind of funny. Meh. But it's the first song I wrote for the Attached Outsiders. I actually wrote the song in a garage in San Angelo. We had the whole room shaking. We put our amps out there. We wrote it, got recorded the next day, and one of my favorite songs that I've written.
Awesome, dude.
And for the last song, just The Attached Outsiders, it's a cool project because it's a revolving door of all my dearest friends that are in music, who want to write, who want to play, who want to perform. There's about 11 of us now, and I'm just happy to have these boys jump on, and they're the most recent addition to the Attached Outsiders.
That's all. That's right. Because when we got introduced, it was over. I think messaging on Instagram, and it was a buddy that no longer lives here. He moved to New Mexico. Did I get that right?
Yeah, he's coming back though.
Okay.
Super excited.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
dropped that news on me last week, and I was like, let's go. Super happy.
Hell yeah, man. We got to get you guys back on when your boys here. That's phenomenal. All right.
Yeah.
So sixth and final song of the evening is called "Go." I will zip it over to you guys whenever you are ready.
All right. All together. So why should I go back to you when the world has turned blue? And when the sun goes down under the horizon, where do I go? God knows that I'm stuck on the levee where you left my heart, stuck on the chances we were apart, and I'll go back to you. Stuck on the words that you always said, stuck on the times we laid in your bed, and I'll go back to you. Why should I go back to you when the world has kept leaving? 'Cause I don't know what to do, because my heart has gone to a place where I can't go. 'Cause God knows that I'm done, and God knows that I'm stuck on the levee where you left my heart, stuck on the chances we were apart, and I'll go
Dude, that was phenomenal, man. Oh my God, what a great song. What an absolutely great song. Tell people where they, I mean, obviously I have your stuff in the description on the YouTube channel for Spotify and Instagram, but where you guys have shows coming up, how do people find you? How do they follow your music outside of that?
Yeah, follow us on Spotify, The Attached Outsiders. New song tomorrow, and every month after that till August. Follow us on Instagram, The Attached Outsiders. Always posting there. On Facebook, The Attached Outsiders. On Pinterest, The Attached Outsiders. Those are the three main ones. I am trying TikTok. My brain hurts when I try to use it.
Oh,
but also
brutal.
TikTok, you can follow us there too.
There's so many social media platforms, man. I can't thank you guys enough for coming in and doing this and sharing your music. Your music's awesome, man. I legitimately love it. You got a fan for life. I think you guys have like a very cool sound. It's the stuff that I grew up to. I grew up in high school listening to. It's like this same type of music. It's very nostalgic for me. I absolutely freaking love it. So thank you so much for coming in and sharing it with us. Thank you to the lovely audience for giving us your Saturday night. There's a lot of stuff you can do in Austin, Texas. You do not have to come here. Thank you for supporting these wonderful men and their wonderful music. And thank you so much for watching, wherever you're doing that, either online or after the fact. If you're doing it live, we appreciate it. Be sure to check us out for another episode of Local Sets ATX. We will see you on the internet. Good night, everybody. Woo, we're out of here. All right. Yo, you guys are great, man. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Dude, your music is so kick-ass. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're almost out of here. About